Has any ever seen that Steve Bruce interview after he gets relegated and he has to come in and sit down and he goes, "Hi, there's your intro." Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 982 and today we're back for another brand new video. Today's video, you already know what it is, let's not even just do the clap thing today. It's obviously an old firm recap, it's not a fan rant, and that will be explained in today's video, or it should be. I don't know really where I'm going to go with this one. There's a lot of raw emotions inside me, I'm absolutely gutted, I'm devastated, but we're here to talk about it, I'm not going to hide. If you don't mind smashing the like button, that'd be absolutely amazing. Today of all days, as you can imagine what it's going to be like down there, could use all the support I could get. And let's go. Celtic 1, Rangers 0 was the final score on today's game, with Oliver Nitcham getting the goal in the second half. It was a counter-attack from a apparent foul, and that's where I'm kind of going to start off today's video, because I want your opinions on this one. Gerrard's been clearly vocal that the assistant referee, or the fourth official, whatever you want to call him these days, was standing next to Gerrard and he was shouting, "It's a foul, it's a foul, it's a foul," towards the referee, so Gerrard thought it was going to be a foul. And from that counter-attack, obviously, Rogic passed the ball on and Celtic done a swift counter-attack, annoyingly good movement, sliced us apart, and Oliver Nitcham gets an easy chance to tap it into the back of the net. But I just want to take a wee rewind and talk about the goal itself, because I know everyone's focusing on the foul, but there was a key sort of thing that we done wrong in the game. As much as I want to blame the referee, and I'd love to come here and say the referee cost us this, cost us that, we didn't do our jobs in this sort of counter-attack, and Ajaya, for the love of God, just stops running. And I'm not even going to blame him, say, oh, he gave up or anything on the play. I just think he's so out of his feet. He shouldn't have been on the park. 3 or 4 minutes before that happened, I tweeted out saying he's absolutely out of his feet. He needs to be took off. And what happens in that counter-attack? He's trying to get back, runs out of gas, just stops a bit here. Nitcham just jogs right by him and just gets an easy tap in. I know everyone's going to be jumping right to the referee saying, oh, he shouldn't have been in that position. Yes, he shouldn't have been, but we need to be smarter and play to the goddamn whistle and defend the ball. Do your jobs. Was that a foul? Yes, in my personal opinion it was. My humble opinion. The same with the fourth official's opinion, but the referee overruled it. The referee was dreadful all day, to be honest with you, not just against Rangers. I think he was just he just had a terrible game, to be fair. Alan McGregor has a kick out to one of the boys. What did Gerrard say before the game? Name me a stupid if we need a professional performance. Alan McGregor just kicks one of their boys. Could have been sent off, penalty. That would have been devastating to us. But on the flip side of that, Ryan Christie's just allowed to do his Tom Daly and just dive his wee heart out, and the referee somehow books Goldson. It was never a free kick, it was a clear dive, and again, Scottish officials are just absolutely dreadful. This is their hallmark, this is the old firm, this is the game that everyone watches to try and get a wee bit more in Scottish football, and that's not a disrespect to anyone else. For the love of God, can we get a referee with some balls who can actually referee the game? Every 2 seconds it was a foul. Whenever we touched the Celtic boy, it was a foul. Whenever they made contact with each other, it was a foul. It was boring to watch. The referee umpteen fouls. He ruined the flow of the game. And yeah, but I'm just going to stop there. You kind of get all my points. I'm sure if you watch the game, you'll know how bad this referee was. Let's talk about our actual shape in the game. It was very defensive. It was very Walter Smith-esque. Completely understandable considering 3 or 4 days ago we played, was it 45 minutes basically, with 9 men in Europe. I understand why we've done it. Maybe conserve energy, maybe try and get the crowd on the back of the Celtic boys. Unfortunately, it backfired, and if anything, Celtic was just teeing off. It was scary. It was honestly like Celtic versus Rangers defence. And the reason I'm saying that is I thought our spine, the Rangers spine, which I spoke about in the prediction video, saying it's close to what Celtic's is now, maybe even on level with the spine of the team. It is, in my personal opinion, because I thought Goldson, Katic, Alan McGregor, Ryan Jack and Arfield had pretty solid game. It was the pieces around them that just couldn't get it. How many times did Goldson header the ball away? How many times did Katic make a slide who passed it to someone else who then just gave the ball straight back to Celtic? How many times did Ryan Jack win the ball, try and flood it to maybe Ajaya or out wide to Lafferty or Ryan Kent to try and get the ball forward, and they just give the ball away? That was my biggest disappointment in this game, because Alan McGregor, I know he's going to steal the headlines and everyone's going to say, aye, Celtic dominated them, they've no improved in your defence, you were absolutely awful, look how many saves McGregor made, blah blah blah, he kept us in the game. And he did keep us in the game, but the reason he was facing so many shots wasn't because the defence was bad or we've no improved. It was the fact that whenever we won the ball back, we gave it to someone who just instantly gave it away. The attack versus defence was like 2 different teams, right? That was Pedro Caixinha's attack, just pointless, no one knew what they were doing. and an actual structured defence, and it was the biggest flaw that I saw through it the entire game. We'd win the ball in defence, try and kick it to do maybe a counter-attack or try and get the ball forward, maybe keep a bit of the possession of the ball, but nobody could make a two, like, just anything. They just couldn't make anything happen. It was annoying. How many times did we just kick the ball to play for no apparent reason? It was a dreadful attacking performance, and that let the entire team down, in my personal opinion. As good as Celtic played, and to be honest with you, it was just wave after wave after wave. I've got to say, Oliver Nitcham had a fantastic game, and he was probably the overall man of the match, up there with Alan McGregor in my personal view. I thought the two of them had a fantastic game for different reasons. I thought Nitcham just showed what we're still lacking in our team, is just someone to pick it high offensively in the midfield, run with it, and make things happen. I was crying out for that. I thought Ajayi maybe offered that, but Ajayi was dead after 50 minutes, and I'm not even going to slaughter him too badly. Hopefully it doesn't seem too harsh on him. He shouldn't have been on the field. Substitutions should have been made. It's fine defending, running and tracking for 60 minutes against Celtic versus constant attacks, but we need to freshen up, and that was a massive mistake on Gerrard's part. It was clear to see, and to be honest with you, even when they scored, Celtic made 2 further substitutions before we made any substitution, and I was just like, what? And you came what the sub was? Ryan Jackoff. Ajayi was still on. Couldn't even move. Like, it was a kind of weird game. Let's piss off Craig today. And guess what? He's done it. Let's talk about Alfredo Morelos and Kyle Lafferty really quickly, just to sum up their overall performances. I thought Morelos put in a Morelos performance against Celtic. Just was manhandled by Bayet a lot of times. I know he won a couple of the battles, but apart from that, he was falling over a lot. It was the Morelos that I didn't want to see. Just the falling over, looking for fouls all the time. Maybe he's been told to try and win fouls, but that's not the way to go about it. Show your strength, because you're strong. Stand up and do what you do against everyone else. Every time you go against Celtic, you seem to just fall about and everything like that. I know a lot of people was giving him a lot of crap for when he did turn Boyata inside out like a used toilet paper, and he sort of came in and shot at Gordon, that a lot of people was annoyed that he didn't pass it to Ryan Kent. Kent was sort of marked, and to be honest with you, I want my striker shooting that every day of the week, and that was pretty much the only real shot on target. So I've got to give Morelos all the credit and worth for that, because as bad as he maybe done holding up the ball throughout the entire game, the one chance that we had, he done it himself. He went, put pressure on Boyata, strength, bet him, ran in and had a wee shot. So I'm not going to dig at him too badly. Kyle Lafferty, everyone was expecting a big game from him, me as well, and to be honest with you, I thought he'd run his panning, tracking back, running, winning tackles. Maybe it was a wee bit dirty now and again, but again, that's the spirit of the old firm. I want to see crunching tackles. I want to see people getting in people's faces. That is why we watch football. These types of games is an entertainment for that, and I think he understood that. Scott Brown understands it. You see them, they seem to challenge each other, and that was a good part of the game. But the only thing I will say about Kyle Lafferty is the crosses that he did get. I know everyone's slating Tavernier's crossing ability. There's still 3 or 4 opportunities where Kyle Lafferty won a header inside the 6-yard box and didn't get none of them on target. So that's a massive let off for me personally, because I think if you go back and look at what Hearts done against Celtic, and I think any time that you've looked at Celtic's weakness, they're good at going forward, they're great at going forward. Their midfield is stacked. Their defence is their weak point. You get wide, you whip balls in. They're a leaky defence, and that's what's been shown. That's why I was so surprised not only that we were defending, but clearly the European sort of adventure sort of took out the boys and understand that. But when we did win the ball in these key areas, why did we not just run at them? Why did we play it so safe? Why did we do so many stupid shit passes? And I even said in yesterday's video, whoever wins this game is not going to go ahead and just sort of steamroll the title. I think it's much closer. I still think the sides 11 versus 11 are on point now. I think it's closer to a challenge-esque. It's not like Celtic so many points ahead. I don't think so, me personally. I just think we got the tactics wrong today. Parkhead's always going to be a difficult place to play. Some of the best teams we've ever had in a Rangers shirt have went to Parkhead and struggled. Look at Parkhead's record against teams in the Champions League. It's much better for a reason. They're good. Annoyingly, I didn't want to be saying that, lads. I'd love to be sitting here laughing, ripping the piss out of Ryan 118, showing the clip where he says he loves me during the charity game. I'd love to be doing that, but I've got to stand here. I've got to be fair to the audience, the people that watch him each and every single day, and says they deserved to win the game. And to be honest, a bit of perspective, and one of the main reasons I'm not fan ranting just now, is this is our very first loss under Steven Gerrard, and we've been everywhere and anywhere in Europe. We've been playing 2 games a week nearly from the very start. We've had so many players signed in. It's barely had a pre-season, and we've came this far already. So yeah, let's take a wee breath. I know as frustrated as it is, and I'm devastated as well, and I'm raging as well, but Trust the process and Stevie G. I'll be honest with you, I was actually going to do a sponsor break, but I don't really feel like it today. I've got 26 minutes of footage to edit this bad boy down to around about 10, 12 minutes. And I've got the people's opinion, which is obviously one of the reasons why I do this channel, to get the people's thoughts out there. So let's do it then. Scott says, better but still not good enough. Scott McCauley says, luckily for us it ended 1-0. Would have been the same story as last season if they took their chances. Sam says it was shit. Scott D says, we weren't shamed, we put up a pretty good fight, but you can see the players are tired. Been a long campaign so far, lots of travelling, the breaks have come at a good time. As for Stevie G, said we could lose 4 times to them and we could still win the league. Ross Ferns, who's a Celtic fan, has been a long time enjoyer of the channel, says, use have improved, but Glasgow is still green and white. Healthy Telfer says, absolutely gutless. If it wasn't for Shagger, we'd have been murdered. Gerrard is as bad at Murty at making subs. Cairo Kieran says, oh well, disappointing. Time to recover now with a 2-week break. Get a decent run of fixtures, which I expect maximum points. Barney Stinson said, first half sat back way too much. We didn't really push up past halfway. Shagger saved us several times. Second half we played more in the middle of the park, but didn't push on. Not good enough. Players getting into the box for delivery. Jack had his legs taken. It was a free kick all day. Again, once again, I hope I've explained that properly in the video. I completely agree, it was a free kick, but we've got to play at the whistle and actually do our job and defend. And the last one I'm actually going to read out comes from Voney Tidmar. He said, lots of overreaction. Remember, this team finished with 9 men 1,000 miles east of Moscow on Thursday evening. Yeah, getting beat as shit, but there's been more to come from this team defensively. Best we have been since Walter Smith. So there you are, there's the people's opinion. A lot of people frustrated, some people even quite questioning Steven Gerrard. So what's your thoughts on that one? You've heard mine. I've been CJNovo92. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.